Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katie and I'm going to be watching for the first time today Sleepy Hollow. It's a film by Tim Burton, came out in 1999. I know it stars Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci, and I'm quite certain there's a headless horseman, but I don't know anything else about the plot. I'm expecting lots of mist, some jump scares. I think it's set in a town that's going to be similar to Salem in Massachusetts. And I'm excited to watch it. It's a perfect film for October. So thanks for joining. Let's jump to it. Tim Burton film. Oh, Last Will. Look at that beautiful calligraphy. Oh. He looks paranoid. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh no, get out of the cornfield. Everything bad always happens in a cornfield. Gosh, I love the setting.
Constable Crane! Ichabod Crane, is that you? None other.
The film looks like it could almost be in black and white, like that's how bleak it looks.
The millennium is almost upon us, yet our courts continue to rely on medieval devices of torture.
Stand down!
I stand up for sense and justice.
Constable Crane.
Oh, Christopher Lee. It's so hard to see him play anyone other than Saruman.
To detect the guilty, we must use our brains to recognize vital clues.
There is a town upstate. It is a place called Sleepy Hollow. 3 persons have been murdered there, each one found with the head lopped off, clean as dandelion heads apparently. You will take these experimentations of yours to Sleepy Hollow, and there you will detect the murderer. Bring him here to face our good justice. Will you do this?
I shall.
That bird is the first bit of colour we've had, and the fact that it's fleeing might show that everything's going to remain bleak. But it looks like a ghost town. I don't think he's welcome.
Who's got a kiss for the Picty witch? Is it Theodore?
No, pardon, miss, I am only a stranger.
Then have a kiss on account.
Oh, he did not like that.
Looking for Baltus Van Tassel.
I'm his daughter, Katrina Van Tassel.
I am Constable Ichabod Crane, sent to you from New York to investigate murder in Sleepy Hollow.
We are joined by Dr. Thomas Lancaster, Reverend Steenwick, our able magistrate Samuel Phillips. This fine fellow is James Hardenbrook, our notary.
And you, sir?
A simple farmer who has prospered.
3 persons murdered. First, Peter Van Garrett and his son, Dirk Van Garrett. Strong, capable men, found together, decapitated.
I'm definitely getting the sense that everybody knows why they've been murdered.
Is anyone suspected?
How much of your superiors explained to you, Constable?
That the 3 were slain in open ground, their heads found severed from their bodies.
Their heads were not found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
Taken by the headless horseman, taken back to hell.
The horseman was a Hessian mercenary, sent to these shores by German princes to keep Americans under the yoke of England. He rode a giant black steed.
I'm quite certain that's Christopher Walken.
This butcher didn't finally reach his end
Yeah.
until the winter of '79.
Oh my god, it's like The Shining. She ratted him. And what are those little girls doing in the wood? All by themselves?
They chopped off his head with his own sword. Even today, the Western Woods is a haunted place where brave men will not venture. For what was planted in the ground that day was a seed of evil. But now the Hessian wakes. He's on the rampage, cutting off heads where he finds them.
Are you saying, is that what you believe?
Seeing is believing.
Says the man with one eye.
This is the only book I recommend you read.
I see. Murder needs no ghosts come from the grave. We have murders in New York without benefit of ghouls and goblins.
You're a long way from New York, Constable.
The assassin is a man of flesh and blood, and I will discover him.
Come out, devil.
Murder! The Horseman's killed again!
All the pressure's on him.
The fourth victim, Jonathan Masbeth.
Head is removed to prevent identification of the body.
But we know this was Jonathan Masbeth.
You have moved the body?
I did.
You must never move the body.
Why not?
Because.
I really like Johnny's character in this. He almost looks a bit squeamish. That's awesome. Very mad-eye moody. Oh.
Interesting. The wound was cauterized in the very instant, as though the blade itself were red hot.
The devil's fire.
Mr. Constable, sir.
You're young Masbeth.
I was young Masbeth, but now the only one. Masbeth at your service. In honor bound to avenge my father.
But I cannot be the one to look after you. I'm sorry for your loss, young Mr. Masbeth.
I feel like he's going to tag along nonetheless.
Something you should know. Jonathan Masbeth was not the fourth victim.
No, it's Vernon. There's a few Harry Potter actors in this.
Young Masbeth, find a place in the Van Tassel servants' quarters. Wake me before dawn. I hope you have a strong stomach. Peter Van Garrett, Dirk Van Garrett, Jonathan Masbeth. 5 victims, 4 graves. Widow Winship.
Does that mean she was pregnant? Is that what they're trying to say?
Bring the widow in. Once more, the neck wound cauterized, sword thrust to the stomach. But to what purpose?
He looks like the mad scientist. Oh gosh.
I am finished.
What in the name of God have you done to her?
We are dealing with a madman. The widow Winship was with child.
I really feel like those men know something and they're holding off giving the information to Johnny.
Who's there?
Oh my god, he's coming after him. I thought Johnny was going to face him, but obviously not. Gosh. That was definitely a warning. What punks. At least it wasn't the madman. I feel like this might be Johnny as a child. Yeah, the little red bird. I'm getting daddy issues from the nightmare. I like though how they've introduced that his character is a lot more complicated than we were first introduced to. And I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for him to resolve his issues, or they could possibly stand in the way of him finding the murderer.
Take this. It is my gift for you.
No, I have no use for it.
Are you so certain of everything? It is sure protection against harm. These are strange. These markings, what are they?
I've had them since I can remember.
Maybe his father tortured him a little bit.
I have something for you. A cardinal on one side, an empty cage.
You can do magic.
It is what we call optics. It is truth. Truth is not always appearance.
No, he's suspicious of them.
What are you running from, Magistrate Philip? Come. How did you know the widow Winship was expecting a child?
She told me. She came to me for advice as town magistrate to protect the rights of her child.
You believe the father killed her?
The horseman killed her.
How often do I have to tell you there is no horseman? There never was a horseman. There never will be a horseman.
My talisman, it protects me from the horseman.
Oh my gosh. God. How did he not flinch? I love the little bits of humour in here. It's almost a bit slapstick. It's really good.
It was a headless horseman.
Of course it was. That's why you were here.
It was a horseman, a dead one. Headless.
I know, I know.
You don't know because you were not there. It's all true.
He's like a little child. Oh, little Johnny looks like a little gnome. His mum's full on got her boobs out. Oh, that was horrible. It was like a glimpse of an iron coffin or an iron maiden.
Gentlemen, I need able men to go with me into the western woods.
We thought you'd shot your bow.
I have faced my fears and come out determined to locate the horseman's grave. Who's with me?
Me?
Van Garrett, Jonathan Masbeth, now Phillips. Something must connect them.
That horse in the woods reminds me of the scene from Beauty and the Beast.
Pardon our intrusion. Perhaps you could help us.
You're from the Hollow.
I should like to say that I make no assumptions about your occupation.
No judgment.
Which nothing to me, whatever you are.
Do you know of the horseman, Mom? The Hessian?
You, come with me. Go out, child. Keep away. Whatever you hear, keep away.
What might he hear that he must keep away from?
He rides To the hollow and back. I smell the blood on him.
Who are you?
Super scary. She's restraining herself.
You seek knowledge of the netherworld? I can show you.
Oh gosh. Oh. Oh.
Don't move or speak. When the other comes, I will hold him.
The other?
Silence. He comes now.
Who?
Madam.
Oh, it's...
Follow to the tree of the dead. Climb down to the horseman's resting place.
We're leaving.
What happened?
We are leaving now.
Oh, that did jump me.
Climb down to the horseman's resting place.
He's got his gun, but I feel like it's Christina Ricci's character.
Halt and turn. I have a pistol aimed. Why have you come?
Because no one else would go with you.
I love how she's such a juxtaposition to all the darkness.
The tree of the dead.
Oh.
Blood.
Yeah, like the sap of the tree is bloody. Oh, that was gross.
This ground has been disturbed. Soil is loose. The skull is gone. That is why the horseman returns from the grave, who take heads to his own, is restored to him.
Okay, so where's his head going to be?
Ichabod?
Oh, it's like the tree gave birth to him. Oh, everybody's got a trapdoor. That's convenient. Do something. Oh. We're not gonna watch him behead a little kid, are we? I'm surprised he didn't behead him. I guess 2 heads is enough.
Wait, he's not after you. I'll get him. We cannot win this.
Yes. The sword against the scythes.
The horseman was not set to kill Brom or me. Had Brom not attacked him, the horseman does not kill at random. His victim are chosen by someone who controls him.
They definitely know. They know what it's about.
Someone of flesh and blood, as I've always said.
That's how he got his scars. So his mother was tortured and put in an Iron Maiden, and that's why he associates the crimson colour with her.
There's conspiracy here. The doctor, the reverend, the notary, and the magistrate. What is the secret that unites them?
Baltus is the chief citizen, now that old Ben Garrett is dead.
So the Garrett was the man who died at the start, the rich man who had the will.
Show me the last will and testament of old man Van Garrett.
Yes.
The will leaves everything to his son.
Who died with him.
Sir.
Seems Van Garrett made a new will just before he died, naming Widow Winship.
And here, look.
Old Van Garrett secretly married the widow, left everything to her and her unborn child. So the new will stood between the Van Garrett fortune and the person who would have otherwise inherited everything. The four conspirators drawn into the plot.
We did not know it was a murdering plot.
Now, up pops a widow with a claim on the fortune. Off with her head. Someone who stood to gain or lose a fortune. Baltus Van Tassel.
Dumbledore, yes.
Katrina, why are you in my room?
Oh! Maybe Katrina knows it was her father and she's trying to get close to Johnny to squander his investigation.
My father thinks you should return to New York. Perhaps he looked in your ledger, did not like what he saw.
I can't think why.
There's something under here.
What is it?
Oh, it's a wicker star.
Someone casting spells against you.
And Katrina had her witch spell book, so she knew to do all that. But why would she give the book to him? It's like telling him she's a witch.
You took the evidence and burned it. I accuse no one. But if there is guilt, I cannot alter it. Your father has the motive.
If you knew him, you would not have such harsh thoughts about him, nor if you felt anything for me.
Ugh.
I think you have no heart, and I had a mind once to give you mine.
She is so manipulative.
What peril was there for me that was my own father controlled the Headless Horseman?
Constable, you have not asked me how I have hurt my hand since yesterday. I know you saw me.
The town is in ferment.
Come on, hurry up. The meeting bell started tolling.
Oh no. He can't kill her, surely.
The Horseman!
Oh no.
Katrina!
Father?
The Horseman saved me!
The horseman killed your stepmother.
No! You'll kill us all. You're the one the horseman wants.
You cannot enter.
Oh. That's so smart.
Why should we die for you?
The horseman cannot enter. He cannot cross the gate.
Then it's past the day to handle me. Got a bullet!
Enough have died already. Time to confess our sins.
What is it that you know?
Your four friends played you false. We were devilishly possessed by one who...
I'm desperate to know the secret.
Back! Step back! There's a conspiracy here, and I will seek it out!
Oh. Oh god, that was violent. Yes, she drew the wicker star.
You think it was Katrina, don't you?
I have good reason.
You are bewitched by reason.
I am beaten down by it. It is a hard lesson, and you had better learn it, young Masbeth. Villainy wears many masks, none so dangerous as the mask of virtue.
So that was the stepmother. Yes. He's gonna spin his bird and then get an idea of everything. Come on. Think. Oh.
Van Ripper, turn the coach! What? Turn around now!
That's why she gave the book. So he knew she was protecting him.
No blood flow, no clotting, When this cut was made, this woman was already dead.
Dear stepdaughter, you look as if you'd seen a ghost.
No.
Rise up once more, my dark avenger. One more night of beheading. Come now for Katrina.
Oh, super evil. Super Cinderella. Evil stepmother.
Father saw the horseman kill you.
He saw the horseman come towards me with his sword unsheathed, and Baltus did not stay to watch.
But there was a body.
The servant girl? Sarah. And I always thought she was useless. Till one day my father died, and the landlord evicted us. No one in this God-fearing town would take us in until one day, whilst gathering firewood, we crossed the path to Hessia.
Oh, of course, the two little girls. I forgot about them.
If he would raise the Hessian from the grave against Van Garrett, the landlord who showed us no mercy and left us to starve.
You have everything now.
I get everything in the event of your death. The horseman comes!
That's a very good plot.
Thank God. To the roof! I have an idea.
Wow. That's Disney.
Is he dead? That's the problem. He was dead to begin with.
The horseman needs to realise she's the one stopping him from having his head. He needs to turn on her, the stepmother. That's unreal. He remained unscathed.
Still alive?
Run, Katrina!
Here! Take her!
So, you're not dead.
Oh, the head. Oh, yes. Yeah, avenge your father's death, boy.
Horseman!
Let them go. I wonder if he's going to jump back into the tree. Well, she's going to go with him forever. Says her right. Oh. Imagine that's got to be your love for the next 200 years. Oh. That was gross, but a good ending for her. I never would have thought that ending would happen. I see. Spring is returning. Colour is coming back.
Oh. Just in time for a new century.
Oh, wow. Her dress is great.
The Bronx is up, the battery's down, home is this way.
High Society in New York. Gosh, is that the ending? Oh! That was brilliant. That movie was terrific. I'm so glad I watched it. And I can't believe that I was trying to predict the plot right into the end and I couldn't have been more wrong. But that was the beauty of the film. It just kept you guessing right to the end. I love the acting. I thought Johnny's character was wonderfully complicated but also funny. And I love the deadpan element, you know, the comedy. That was really well played. Christina Ricci's character was lovely. Thought the acting was wicked. The music was so good as well. And the atmosphere, like with all the colours being so black and white and muted, it really added to the suspense because you couldn't properly see what was happening at times, and then you would rely on the build-up and the music and the actions with all the weaponry. I thought it was brilliant, and I really liked the running theme of the crimson red throughout the film. That was really well thought out, and it was very Tim Burton-esque. And I liked the little ode to Beetlejuice, like a Beetlejuice Easter egg with Christina Ricci's dress at the end. That was a wicked movie. I'm so glad I watched it. I feel I could watch that at any age and be entranced by it. Yeah, it was brilliant. He really, Tim Burton really took his time with the plot. I can't believe I was so desperate to try and figure it out, and I couldn't have been more wrong, but that's okay. It was a really fun watch. Perfect for Halloween. I want to watch another scary one. I'm in the mood to now. So thanks so much for watching it with me, guys. If you liked the video, please subscribe, please like, and we'll see you next time.